surprised Clayton Kershaw is not going game one?
No, I'm not. It's not, Dan. It's not the Clayton Kershaw that we've known. Walker Buehler is. Dave Roberts didn't want to say it the other day, but he's become their ace. I mean, he by far has the best stuff that they have. The postseason history for Clayton, it's not great, although it's gotten better as of late. When you're talking about the Dodgers and you're talking about Andrew Friedman, we learned with him and Joe Madden down in Tampa that they're smarter than just about everybody else in the game. Theo's in that conversation as well, but there's data that they have that we're just not privy to. I've seen it in spring training a lot with the Cubs, information that I didn't have to begin with ESPN. But I'm sure, that there's a lot of analytics and sabermetrics and all that crap that I know nothing about. I'm sure there's a lot of that led to somebody else starting game one and Clayton, picking up the second game.
We had Oral Hershiser on last week, and he said he thinks Clayton Kershaw is the greatest pitcher of all time.
I'm not going to argue with that. I would say the greatest I ever saw was Greg Maddux, and I know that they have a lot of things in common. I don't know if Clayton's going to get to 350 wins, but I will tell you a great story. A couple of years ago, believe it or not, Sandy Koufax came into the booth when we were doing a game, and I asked him if he would sit down with us, and he sat down for a full inning. And I posed a question to him, Dan. I said, Clayton Kershaw was pitching. I said, is it fair that people want to compare Clayton Kershaw's career to your career? And he said, Rick, I just hope when Clayton's career is done, they still want to compare me to what he did. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so humble. It's the way Sandy's always been. But I think he was being honest as far as that is concerned as well. And, if Clayton is able to continue to pitch through these back issues, his career probably will. In a lot of ways, there'll probably be better numbers than what there were with Sandy. What's missing, though, is that World Series ring.
What is it about, Maddux wasn't a great postseason pitcher. Glavine wasn't a great postseason pitcher. I don't know if it's just coincidence, bad luck, but what is it about these great pitchers, some of the all-time great pitchers who just weren't good in the postseason?
No, you're exactly right. I think it comes down to the strikeout. I think it comes down to, the power pitching. You go back and look at John Lester and what he's done. You look at Verlander and what he did last year. I think it's come down to that. And, nowadays, if you don't throw 97, you're a finesse guy.
Yeah.
And those guys really weren't power pitchers. I think one thing, too, Dan, that doesn't get considered, and it gives even more credit to guys like Lester and Smoltz who have gone on and done great things. But, Maddux and Glavine by then had thrown 250 innings every year. You're not going to physically be at your best. Mm-hmm. So I think some of that led into some of the things that went on. But, the postseason is just a different thing. You can go out there in the regular season and give up 3 in the first inning and not worry. A lot of times you're going to, especially in the American League, you're going to pitch 6 or 7 innings. But you do that in the postseason, the next thing you know, there's somebody up in the first inning to come in and bail you out.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.